7 Facts about the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet, also known as the keto diet, no doubt has revolutionized the way we think about dieting and weight loss. Obesity is a worldwide problem. About 1/3 of the world's population is deemed to be either overweight or obese. Mainstream dieting plans, although effective, are difficult to follow. So people look for ways to overcome this barrier to weight loss. Ketogenic diets, which involve eating a lot of fats, actually works in reducing weight. There are a lot of studies to back this up, which is quite interesting as you are required to eat more fats to lose fats. We are going to give a few facts about this intriguing dieting recipe that has given quite unexpected and surprising results. Let's start. Fact number 1, ketogenic diet is about increasing the fats and reducing the carbs you take in and less about the calories. Conventionally, we see weight loss as reducing the number of calories you take in and increasing the number of calories you burn doing exercise and physical activities. This is logical because excess calories are stored as fats in the body. Foods that increase the body's calories significantly, like carbs and fats, must be reduced to the barest minimum in the conventional diet. However, ketogenic diets are quite different. Just like the name ketogenic suggests, ketogenic diet aims to get the levels of ketones in your body up. When your body ketone levels get to a threshold, your body switches energy source from glucose to ketones. They call this threshold ketosis. Ketogenic diet tries to achieve this by drastically reducing or eliminating the amount of carbohydrates the body takes in and increases the number of fats and proteins one consumes. The idea is that once the body starts to depend on fats as an energy source, it is going to burn more of the stored fats in the body and in the process would bring weight loss. Fact number 2, ketogenic diet goes against everything conventional fitness knows about dieting and weight loss. If you were to meet a nutritionist for ways to lose weight, she may suggest that you reduce your fat and carbohydrates to lose weight. Conventional medicine believes that these foods make you fat because they add calories to your body. Ketogenic dieting plan begs to differ. While it agrees with conventional dieting in reducing your carbs, it supports eating more fats and proteins. In fact, people on the ketogenic diet eat more fats and proteins than is normally recommended. For example, you may see someone on a ketogenic diet eating about 12 eggs in a day. Fact number 3, ketogenic diets may not be as new as you think. The concept of ketogenic dieting is not just a recent development. It was developed by Dr. Wilder of Mayo Clinic in 1921, which is almost a century ago, to mimic the effects of fasting. It was discovered that when fasting, the body produces a lot of ketone bodies from the breakdown of fats, a process called ketosis. This is one of the major changes in the body during fasting and happens before most of the effects of fasting like weight loss and seizure control kicks in. Fact number 4, ketogenic diet was not developed for weight loss initially. Before the development of ketogenic diets as old as 500 BC, fasting was used as a treatment for epilepsy in children. It was recommended that 3 days to 3 weeks of fasting would work best in improving epileptic seizures. It worked well as it quickly gained national recognition. Dr. Wilder developed ketogenic diets to mimic fasting in the treatment of epilepsy. His guidelines form what most practitioners of ketogenic diets do today. He advised 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight, about 15 grams of carbs or less, and then the rest of the diet should be mostly fats. Ketogenic diets have been shown to have potential benefits in people with other brain diseases like Alzheimer's disease. However, the use of fasting and ketogenic diet in the treatment of epilepsy soon fell out of favor when new anticonvulsant drugs started entering into the market. It may be helpful to add that ketones are a great source of energy for the brain, so when doing ketogenic diets, you may have an improvement in your brain function. Fact number 5, ketogenic diets may be beneficial in people with diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. This is really weird because it goes against what we already know about dieting, cardiovascular issues, and diabetes. If you tell your doctor that you want to go on a ketogenic diet in order to manage your diabetes, he will most likely be worried. This is because of a condition called ketoacidosis, in which too much ketones build up in the body of a diabetic person. This is actually a harmful condition which doctors try to avoid by all means. That is why they do not remove carbs completely from your diet but reduce it to a bearable minimum. However, some studies show that the harmful ketoacidosis only happens if excess ketone bodies build up when your body still depends on carbohydrates for energy. If you are able to make the switch to ketosis, which is quite easy on a ketogenic diet where your body is dependent on fats, the excess ketones may not harm you. One of the first benefits of ketogenic diets in diabetes in cardiovascular issues is weight loss. This is because obesity tends to make diabetes and cardiovascular issues worse. Also, some studies find that ketogenic diets have been linked to a reduction in LDL cholesterol, triglycerides, HbA1c, very good news in people with diabetes as it indicates better control of blood sugar levels, and even help reverse kidney damage in diabetes. However, a word of caution, for people with diabetes taking ketogenic diets, they have to be careful about too low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. So they may need to reduce the amount of hypoglycemic they use. There are also concerns about the long-term use of ketogenic diets making glucose intolerance worse. If you have diabetes or any cardiovascular issues and you want to try a ketogenic diet, it is advisable you see your dietitian and doctor for professional advice before starting. Fact number 6, some ketogenic diet users also do intermittent fasting. Yes, this is very true, especially for people who want to go on the extreme in losing weights. They may stuff up their bodies with truckloads of fats like a greedy bear prepping for hibernation, and then they may starve themselves sick the next day for about 18 to 24 hours. Remember, we talked about ketogenic diets trying to imitate the metabolic effects of fasting on the body, which is an increase in ketone production. The combination of ketogenic diets and intermittent fasting speeds up ketosis in the body, which leads to weight loss. We almost forgot to mention, you can confirm if you have reached ketosis by checking the number of ketones in your urine. Fact number 7, beware of the keto flu. Yes, ketogenic diets may not just make you sick but very sick. You may experience muscle cramps, flu-like symptoms and whatnot. It's quite terrible to be sincere, but it is avoidable. You can avoid this by drinking a lot of water because water is rich in mineral salts. You may want to also up your magnesium levels in the body and salt levels to prevent those horrible muscle cramps. Be sure to consult your doctor before starting any dieting regimen. This video has been made in Content Samurai, videos made with just a few clicks, complete with voice-over and music. Just cut and paste your script and generate the video. Click the link below for a free trial.